You're listening to Dunestone Redemption. We're doing a special live from the library show tonight. It won't be on the internet live, but, it's live to us. So we just got done watching Friday night, part of the Tuesday night film series, because that makes more sense. Yes. If you don't call it the Friday night series on Tuesday. Yeah, it's the Tuesday night film series. Mr. Bob is here to accompany us once again. An actual real-life film critic. We thought we would really diversify the group this time and bring another middle-aged white guy. So that's going to go real well for us.
Especially a film that deals with African-American issues. This is great.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so we just watched Us, another Jordan Peele horror film off the wake of Get Out from last year. I've seen it once. Bob's seen it once. This is his first time. So we'll just kind of throw it out to the group. What did you guys think?
It's horror, so I hated it. I hated every sec. At least with this horror movie, there's some fight back to the people, which, I know I'm not getting in depth, but the fight back was pretty cool in it. But yeah, it's not, interpreting things and diving into things and where there's no explanation in the end, to the back end of what was actually, does that make sense to you guys? There's not an explanation. I want things sewn up together.
They try to explain it a little bit by, she's telling the story of, we were created by humans, you created us, and then you just kind of left us here. But what are they? Are they clones? Are they... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm going to fall into that realm where I really enjoyed it because it gives me something to think about. And the second time seeing it, I'm sure you guys saw it too, what really kind of clued into me was the sense of duality. Not only just the fact of mentioning about the baseball scores that were tied.
Yeah,
11-11.
Yep.
The scripture verses that were coming up were 11-11.
Yep.
The duality of the shots were matched too, as I noticed as they're going through. If you go through one scene, they paralleled each other. They're all dueled out too in terms of the way it's set up and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of thought process being put into the duality of it too.
It's sad. I'm a former theologian, and I have no idea what Jeremiah 11:11 is. I got no idea.
Well, it may not even be real.
I have no idea.
It may not even be real.
Right.
It's
I'm
real.
sure it is.
Yeah,
but
it's real.
Yeah. I liked the scene on the beach when they were walking out there, and you saw seeing it for the second time. I was trying to pick up on more things as well, and you saw them walking out, and the shadows that were on the beach right next to him weren't exactly following their They weren't like cartoony and moving around differently, but
mechanical.
They just didn't seem to completely be following the interesting.
Exactly. I did not see that.
Yeah, and like I was saying, it was my second time. I knew the twist in the end. We'll try not to ruin it for everybody.
Right. Did you see the twist coming?
Yes.
I did.
And I think that's okay. And that's okay because it's what it did without revealing any of the subject matter in it is that it kind of revealed itself in the first act as a possibility.
Right.
And then I forgot about it. And then when it finally came back to the first, I'm like, okay.
That's a great way to put it.
So it had me consumed with it. And I was like, well, I've got this figured out. And I forgot about it. And I thought, well, I couldn't possibly follow this angle. And then when it came back and I actually did, I'm thinking, okay. And now seeing it the second time, you're seeing things, again, not revealing this twist, but you're seeing things about reactions with one characters to another that are not exactly the way they should be. You'd think they would be. Oh, yeah, I see. Why isn't A following B? Why does A react to C that way?
Right.
Why didn't this happen? And those are the things that kind of popped out the second time. Now, does it make sense totally at the third act for me? No. But the ride for me, as far as a horror film, the ride for me, I think, was pretty essential. It's a grade B horror film. It's certainly not as strong as Get Out.
Which I have yet to see.
Yeah.
Get Out was much stronger, I have to say that.
It's out there. It's easily found.
I know. But it's horror.
I know.
For me, it just...
Well, I'm a diehard horror fan, but I didn't really... This is more of a thriller to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just curious to say that.
Yeah, it was.
It is
just
a
curious to
horror
say that.
flick.
Yeah,
it is, but it just didn't come off that way to me. But I think the camera angles and shots, if you think of all the shots that had glass or reflections and how hard that would be, he's a great filmmaker.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
He's a great filmmaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
fantastic.
And I'm wondering, budget-wise, how expensive this was.
I don't think it was a lot. I don't know.
You know,
I don't think
because
he
they-
had a giant budget for
No.
it.
Not a big budget, but it took twice as long a time because you're dealing with actors sometimes playing themselves twice over.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you had to shoot
And
every
that
scene
was
twice.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept looking and going, that character. I mean, they're playing two people in that scene. That must have been really difficult
The
to
easiest, the little boy in the mask. So you can put anyone in that
Yes,
mask.
Yeah.
Some of that
Yeah.
stuff.
laws you can throw
Yeah.
anybody in there. Doesn't have to be that kid.
Yeah.
do. I
It's
did
great.
find that
Yeah.
the father a lot of times was struggling in his scenes where it was like, I think he was disconnected. I don't know. It just, all of his lines seemed kind of forced to me.
I think he was never able to get his mind around it.
Yeah.
It was just too able to get his mind around it.
Yeah.
It was just too.
What is going
he
on?
was too mundane.
I mean, if you're talking about classic archetypes in terms of like structure of story, you know, you have the wizard, and you have the person who sees more, which is the kid. You have the fool, which is the dad. You have the hero potential, the journeyman, the Luke's one going from one point A to point B, which is the woman. And so they're all fitting into those classic
Right.
archetypes, and that's fine. They need to be there. But that was kind of cool the way they played off. But it wasn't exactly the man who played the fool this time.
Right.
And was the one that was being us, the audience, going, "What? What are you talking about?" So
What a great on the way up, that whole cast. I think you
Wonderful
can see a lot of
cast.
good things from all of them.
And what's that lead character lady's name?
I don't know her last name. Lupita is her first name. That's a fun name. You say her last name.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Nuango, thank you.
That's what I said.
I just love
the
that.
dad. He's great. I've seen him in a couple other things.
Yeah, I've
Black
seen him in a
Panther.
couple things. Yeah.
He's been in some other like low budget, but I think he's on his way up too.
He is too,
He's got
yeah.
some range.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's very
if you're-
charismatic.
You're looking at this movie,
Yeah.
and somebody says, I want to see a horror movie. Do you say,
No.
hey, go see Us?
No.
Well, I was going to ask you guys. Do either one of you recommend this to
No.
other people?
No, but it's not
I
my
would-
type.
If
Okay?
people like thrillers, yes. If people like horror, I would say no. People like thrillers, yes. If people like horror, I would say no. I just don't get that. I mean, obviously it's a horror, but I just didn't get that big horror scare vibe.
I'd really recommend this to
Really?
pretty much anybody. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't care if
Bob?
you like horror or thrillers.
Yeah, I would recommend
just watch it.
We were just talking about another film called The Dead Don't Die, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm recommending that one too, and I hope you guys get a chance to see it and talk
Dead
about it.
Don't Die.
It's not what you think it is, but I recommend it for the journey that I had, because you kind of go into both of these films kind of accepting the fact, oh, it's going to be this, because the trailers tell you something. And then it's like, it's that, but it's not that. It's something else. And so as I got to the end of this, and I'm still trying to figure this out I mean, this is the second time seeing it, I'm still trying to figure out some of the stuff. Maybe there's something not to I'm seeing it, I'm still trying to figure out some of the stuff. Maybe there's something not to figure out. Maybe it's just out there.
How old is The Dead Don't Die?
It just opened.
If you
open,
saw the
yeah.
trailer, I think you'd know what we're talking about.
Okay.
It's the Bill Murray one.
Bill Murray
With
one.
the
Oh,
zombies,
yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
sheriff,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I didn't even, I don't know anything about that. I
Yeah.
mean, other than what I've seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I would recommend it in that there is something. It's not your standard Romero wannabe zombie film, you know. But yeah, check it out, and especially if you're a fan of Peele and seeing this great career he's starting
Oh, yeah.
off with now, and the stuff he's successfully done this last season with the Twilight Zone. Some of them was great.
Do you recommend that? Because I haven't checked any of that out.
I do.
haven't seen
I
that yet
do.
either.
I
What,
do.
what is that? Do you know what that? Do you know what that's? Is that on a network or is it
It's
streaming on
CBS
something?
Access.
Okay,
So it's an
Yeah.
access
yeah.
app.
So yeah, I bought my membership for CBS Access for the playoff games, and then didn't cash it in yet. So I thought, well, I'll watch this Twilight Zone for a
Yeah.
while.
That's good.
And
That's
I'll
good.
cancel it here real soon.
Yeah,
Figure
we've
out some way.
kind of been complaining a little bit on the podcast
Yeah.
and stuff about on the podcast
Yeah.
and stuff about everybody's
So
got to
many.
have their own streaming thing
It's
now.
ridiculous. That's
So
what it
at some
works.
point, one of them's got to start buying out the
I
others.
know.
You know,
And so the
just rolling
CBS
it
All
in.
Access, you can't just use your cable login to get to it. Is something additional.
No, it's an additional
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's not one or something like that. I think I don't think it's
Gotcha.
super expensive.
But they have two star ships right now, so to speak. They have two. They have the Star Trek series, and they have the new
Oh.
Twilight Zone. And I think they're trying to work on more. But
They've got a third series coming out called Picard.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
Picard,
gonna be
And,
Yeah.
and
cool.
yeah,
I thought that was
and,
the
and
Star-
he's-
Star
and he-
Trek
no,
one.
there is a Star Trek
Discovery.
gotcha.
Discovery. Yeah,
It's in its third season.
that's supposed to be pretty good too.
So
this is also my first time at this location seeing a movie, and what a great location
oh
to
yeah,
see.
fantastic.
Yeah, this library downstairs
It is
is a
wonderful.
cool spot.
Great.
Yeah.
And what do you have coming up next week?
We have Steven Spielberg's very first professional film. It was Duel. It was made in 1971. He was 23 years old. 20? No, he's about 22, I guess, when he did it. And it's a film that got him Jaws, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's basically Jaws, but on the land.
Is this every Tuesday night?
Every Tuesday night at 6:30,
Cool.
and something a little different. Obviously, horror tonight. Which is why our crowd is a little low. We have hardcore horror fans that come in for this one, but usually we rank probably 495 seat theater. We average about maybe 50 to 60, so it's comfortable.
So was it light tonight or pretty big?
It was light tonight.
Light tonight,
It was about
okay.
35.
Yeah.
It was about 35.
Yeah, I come to quite a few of them, and I was noticing some new faces
Yeah,
tonight that I
yeah.
hadn't seen, that I don't see when I go to all the classic
Exactly.
films, especially when I drag my mom out.
Well, we showed Stagecoach last week. I think we were 50.
When I drag my mom out.
Well, we showed Stagecoach last week. I think we were 55.
Oh.
So
Cool.
and that we have coming up. We have. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington coming up on July 2nd. In terms of newer movies, around the time of the anniversary of the moon landing, we're going to show First Man, which came out last year.
Okay.
with Ryan
Yeah, I haven't
Gosling.
seen that one.
We're going to be showing that one. And then Willy Wonka, we need to get back. We're going to do horror. We need to do something for the kids. That's a repeat. We showed it last year,
Is that the newer one?
No, it's going to be the
the
old
old
one.
Okay.
Lord, no.
Well, Gene Wilder just died,
Smack
right?
you in the
Didn't
face.
he?
A couple of years ago.
Was that- was that-
No, there were. I don't know if it was the anniversary of his death
must have
this
been,
last
'cause it
week or
popped-
a lot on social media lately.
And
Like,
so I thought he died a few years ago.
Yeah.
Idiots are still sharing his death and saying
Yeah.
it's a great loss. I'm
Yeah.
like, so Gog and I were on Fox 3 years ago doing a little piece about him. So yeah, he's been gone for a while.
Wow.
So yeah, we got some cool stuff. We got Weird Al's UHF coming up.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
So we're
movie.
doing a combination of like the A classic celebrating. We're doing a combination of like the A classic celebrating the year 1939 this summer, and then we're backtracking doing cult favorite B movies, and this kind of falls into that one. So it's like
Nice.
classic one week, and then we're gonna do a cult movie the next, and then classic and a cult movie, and just kind of mix it up a little bit.
well, that's good. That's fun.
we're
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
Summertime. We don't want anything too heavy. This is probably the heaviest thing we'll do. We don't want anything too heavy. This is probably the heaviest thing we'll do all summer, in terms of. Things that are just out there. Crowd pleasers are coming up too. Ferris Bueller's Days Off's coming up soon. They Live's coming up, which I'm excited about. So yeah, we got a lot of cool things.
Is that the Rowdy Piper
That's
one?
the one.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice.
Oh,
god.
I've seen that. It
yeah.
was always
That's
on.
our wheelhouse.
It was like, yeah.
Yep.
So
For sure.
cool.
What do you want to watch tonight? Karate Kid or They Live? They Live again.
What else
Okay.
we got?
My dad
That
watched
one actually-
Skinamax.
that-
What are we gonna watch?
Yeah.
We're gonna watch this again. I guess.
Yeah.
That one actually scared me when I was younger.
Yeah, I
They
remember
Live?
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has not stood the test of time.
No, it has
It's
not.
no longer scary.
No.
No,
Stood the test of time.
no, it has
It's
not.
no longer scary.
No.
No, it has not.
So we got 2 recommend and 2 not.
Right.
that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
went
In summation,
see.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And like I said, you got to discount what I say because horror to me is just I struggle even when it's good horror
Right.
to watch it. It's just not my thing.
I understand. I totally for films. I get that too. There's a built-in core audience that will just love everything. Those are just ungood, and that's fine.
Yep, and that's
Cool.
me. And well, hey, somebody.
There's our cue.
Somebody's screaming up
Yeah,
there.
there's our cue.
Well-
Where can they find us?
Twitter and Instagram and
He can
Facebook.
always get you off.
Or
guard.
and www.dunestoneredemption.com. We were trying to come up with a longer name, but we couldn't figure it out. And so yeah, find us on there. This episode will be dropping soon. Hope to see you guys.
Coming out to the library on Tuesday nights
Thanks.
at 6:30.
6:30. The Friends Front Row Film Series. That's the official title.
Cool.
Awesome.
And so we're here. We're free pop. That's the official title.
Cool.
Awesome.
And so we're here. We're free popcorn and cool things all around.
And
So
where can they find the schedule other than?
they can find it? You go to the library. You can find it inside the actual schedule itself too, and it's available on the library website. And if you look around creatively and look around for stuff about Front Row, you probably see a few of those out there.
The
Too.
Rust-
Yeah, it's a
Of-
great list.
Of
Yeah.
the ones here
Well done.
in town and some of the ones in Kansas City and stuff as
Sure.
well.
Wonderful.
So for people to check out, we're going to go to Zona Rosa and see Ralph Wrecks the Internet on Friday.
Nice.
Oh, fun.
So that'll be
Nice.
free. That's sponsored by UMB, and I guess they just project it on a wall or something.
Oh, cool.
The right price for family fun.
Exactly.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check that
You guys
out.
are mentioning the Cannes Film Festival as well too, happening this summer.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think this week Snyder's Fireworks is sponsoring that one, and
Okay.
it's actually already happened, didn't it? Is it
No,
Tuesday?
it's Tuesday
today
Wednesday.
and tomorrow.
And
Yeah.
Wednesday, so it's tomorrow as well.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
Lego Movie's one of them. I think we're going to try to take my 4-year-old to that tomorrow.
My wife-
Lego Movie's one of them. I think we're going to try to take my 4-year-old to that tomorrow.
My wife and daughter go about every week.
We need to
Yeah.
get that up on the site too. We'll
Yeah.
put that up there
Yeah.
on Facebook. That's
Yeah.
easy.
So a lot of cool movie stuff for all ages going around this summer. So it's
Very
pretty
cool.
cool.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you,
for
Bob.
having me on.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening.